Hey, this is a shout out to Eric O from South Main Auto. I want to say thank you, man. You saved my butt 3 times on 3 vehicles. One is my 95 Geo Tracker. You can remember this vehicle. With this vehicle, it has a pre-OBD2. And there's your OBD2 plug. Pre-OBD2. Let me put that cap back on real quick. And here's the OBD1. And no one want to work on this tracker where I live in Indiana. Everybody says, well, we can't hook a scan tool to it, blah blah blah. Well, here's the biggest problem I had. Back down there, you see that little EGR valve right there? This little guy was working with this wire coming off from it. The electronic EGR valve was shorted. And I got a part coming for that. So I got to say thank you, Eric O, for helping me out on that. I've chased that for 6 months, couldn't figure that out. My next vehicle that you saved my butt on is a C71 Chevy Silverado. Well, the problem with this is the front brakes. I've owned this vehicle for 8 years and always had brake issues with it. Never could get the fronts to work right, couldn't figure out why. Had in the garage, I spent probably $1,000 having these brakes looked at, and the garage could never figure it out. Well, thanks for you, I had to buy new brackets. I ordered in the GM brake pads for this. It came with some nice hardware. They still didn't work on the old caliper brackets. Well, I had ordered brand new calipers for it, and guess what? It slid all together and it moved nicely. Very nice now. Thank you, Eric O. And just a little shout out. You've probably never seen an 05 Chevy Silverado look this clean. And that's got 144 thou on her. And here's the tailpipe. You've probably never seen a truck run that clean. Alright. My second problem I had, Eric O, is on this hose and tree. There's the hose. It's got the precision controlled system in it. Well, I had a problem for the longest time on it. For 1.5 years I've been driving it. Well, this side was pretty obvious to see. My ABS wire broke. Well, that was easy to see. We split the wires back, plugged them in. This side talked. Well, we could not get this side to talk. If you look at this harness, everything looked right. Well, there you go. You say get a scope on a rope, plugged it in there, had no ground. And then I checked for positive, had no positive. Well, what the problem is, you probably can see how limp that cord is. Well, the casing ain't broke. That's what we didn't understand. Peel it back, and look what I find. A broken wire. So you saved my butt again. And yeah, and I gotta really appreciate you for saying say find your evidence. Well, we couldn't find this for the longest time. And also thank you for putting me in debt. I just ordered in me a bunch of tools that I couldn't find without going through the Mack truck. And thank you for that, because that also saved my butt, because I got to do a 1.6 liter 8 valve rebuilt motor in about a week. The guy's going to bring it up and get it rebuilt. So thank you for finding that cam cam tool that you turn the motor by, and also tighten it down with valve adjustment tool. So thank you, Erico, and a shout out to you. I did get some of this, and I really like this. Now I got something for you. I've got to go in the house, get the keys and the scanner for this car. I gotta have you see something. It's really funny. Alright, just give me a second, I'll be back. Oh, and I got something to show you, Erico. These are channel lock. There's your part number, made in the United States. They're needle nose. And you said you're looking for cool tools. Well, here's one. And everybody in the shop that I work for said they had to go get one. And they have interchangeable pins for them. I got the 90s on mine. Well, they were here. Pull this down one more. Oh, and another cool tool. Harbor Freight carries these panel poppers. You might want to get yourself a set of them. But I don't know where my little connector's at. But on the tip of these, there's that screw right there and right there. You loosen them out, pull the tips out, and you can change up the tips. I thought these are pretty good than the snap-ons that one of my buddies has at work, and even he agreed these work better than snap-ons. So yeah, I just want to share that with you. And got another ratchet to tell you. This might look familiar to you. This ain't a snap-on, by the way. It's a Pittsburgh. So yeah, I just want to put that in for you. Alright, be over to the car in a second. Okay, here's the scan tool. Get me, it's reading right now. I just erased the codes. Okay, let's read code. Stored code. No codes are stored. Pending code. No pending codes. Okay. Let me go a second. Now, you might be able to see this check engine lights and service vehicle zoom lights on. I cannot get this light to shut off. This car has sat for 2 years without a battery, and this light will not shut off. Check engine light will, but this will not shut off. And the code keeps on popping up for secondary air injection pump. Well, in a second you can hear it run. That's the secondary air injection pump. And to me, it seems like it's running to me, so I don't know what they're talking about. And this valve is working, and there's a valve back here that's working. So I don't know what they're talking about by that. I'm going to view data, complete data chart. I'll let you look at this, see if you see anything out of place. And you notice it just got quiet. My injection pump is working. And that's probably what you want to see right there. Air start. one thing I've noticed is I put a brand new axe sensor in, and these axe sensors don't seem like they're running right. So yeah, if you know what's going on with that, just let me know. This has got 160, almost 160 thou on it, but in kilometers, that's what the old girl's got on her. 275 thou on her in kilometers. And this is how she sounds out the tailpipe. You can hear it's got dead mist. So yeah, Erico, see if you can help me on this problem. I think I blew about $2,000 on having this car looked at. I took it to the garage I work at. None of us could figure it out. So we are pretty much stupid, lost, and need help now. So they're all saying the ECM's bad, so I don't know. I don't think the ECM's bad on it. I personally don't think, but yeah, thank you, Erico. And keep up the good hard work. Maybe one of these days I might be up there to see the fall, and you might be able to work on one of my cars if the sucker breaks down. Alright, see ya. By the way, Eric, there's the service vehicle soon light stuck on, ABS, traction control, and nothing else is lit over here. So nothing else is lit. Yeah, traction control lights on, but that's all is lit. So now I'll go now. Oh, Erico, one more thing. I also work for the garage. We also install aftermarket alarm systems. I know how you were saying that you hate aftermarket junk and crap. Well, I have one. Sorry, Erico. I've been doing it for about 4 years now, and this car had one for about almost 2 years now. I've never had any bit of problem with it. This was wired in because the hood pin, I can't put one on, and I'll show you some of the work I did. This is soldered. This was cut, soldered, and put back together. It's got tape on it because the bulb was heating up, so I had to cut the wire to shut this connector down. But I have to fix that, that's why the dash is apart. But all my wires are tucked in nice. You probably see some of the aftermarket work that was done. Right here. When I install them, I take about 2 weeks to install them because I want everything correct. And nothing's been bad. And now, let you see, up under this dash, you could probably see there's no wire mess, there's nothing. So, and where my little box sits, it's right here is where all the wires run to. Right behind the cluster gate. Right behind this box. You can somewhat see it right in there. You can see a little box sitting there. And I have had no problems with this car. Everything still works except for the pass lock. I did not install it. Here's the old pass lock system that they put on here. I did not want to screw around with trying to hook one in, but the factory door, I didn't get a key to unlock my doors, and my doors kept unlocking one day. So I ended up buying one at work, had it shipped in, took it home, and installed it here at the house. But you can see that all my work is really nice, and you can't see that I did any type of modification to the car. And I've had no problems, no starting issues, no nothing. And I'll let you see right there. But this is what I was talking about. You can't put a hood pin into this car. You can probably see how bad it is. And there's no place to put them on this car. You can't put it on here. You don't want to drill through your support. So yeah, there's that. And here's that starting wire that was somebody put in before I did. So yeah. And the only thing you complain at me about is my fans. My control module in the ECM went out, and you could probably chew me out for this mess. It's not the prettiest, Erico. I mean, you could probably done better than me, but for now that got me by. And this is part of the fan module because I was working on the electrical of this car again. So yeah, you can see it's not the prettiest work. But yeah, I'm gonna get that fixed up where you won't see any of this wiring and it'll be gone. But sorry, Erico, not everybody does a crappy job on their vehicles. I've been doing it for 4 years. The first one I've done, I've had no problems. I've literally had no problems with that car. And the older man that owns it, he's really happy. He says in the winter time, because he's up there probably 65 now. He's up about 65 now, and he says he really appreciates me installing that, because all he needs to do is reach to his window, hit his electric start, fires up the car. He has everything programmed where in the winter time he can just let the car sit there and idle and warm up for him, and then he can go out there and the car nice and warm and you can take off with it. So not everybody does a crappy job, Erico, just to let you know. So that's just something to put at the end of this. I know how you complain about aftermarket junk, but not everybody does a crappy job. So it's just that certain garages just don't give a crap, and they'll do the crappiest job you can find. Now I've seen that. There's one customer came in complaining because everything was flipping out, her doors were flipping, her radio was flipping out, ignition wouldn't start. Looked at it like you did on that van, seen that big wire mess just hog wired in, wires falling out, wires were arcing, cut that all out. Asked her if she wanted it back in it. She don't ever use it, so that went away. But there was another customer that had one in there from a previous job, from a previous garage, and they're no longer in town no more. And ended up had to cut that all out, put a brand new one in, and it's been 3 years now. I see her occasionally. She comes in, do brake work and tire rotation, you know, little stuff. And she's happy, never had no problem. And this was 6 months after she had that one installed. She had to have us install a new one. So yeah, just let you know, Erico, not everybody's crappy around here. So just keep that in mind. And keep your head up, keep on good videos. See you later, Erico. Alright, have fun.